ever heard someone say, "Just stay positive"? That advice can actually make things harder sometimes. While being optimistic has its benefits, too much positivity can be a problem. Today we are talking about something called toxic positivity. Toxic positivity happens when people ignore, push away, or reject negative feelings or experiences. You might not be acknowledging your own emotions, or someone else could be telling you to stay positive instead of facing how you really feel. Unlike genuine optimism or gratitude, toxic positivity often makes a tough situation feel worse because it suggests that negative emotions are bad or wrong, even though they're natural and normal when facing life's challenges. It's okay to set aside tough emotions for a bit, but if you keep denying them, it can be harmful. This stops you from dealing with your emotions, which you need to do to get past through times. So, when does positivity cross the line into being harmful? Let's consider some real-life scenarios where well-meaning comments may actually do more harm than good. Imagine telling a friend, "Parenting has me on edge, it's just so exhausting," only to hear, "Think about the joys of being a parent. You should cherish these moments." Or you mention feeling lonely and they say, "Look at the bright side, you've got great friends." Even on a rough day, expressing that you're not feeling great might be met with, "But look at all the good things in your life." These are examples of toxic positivity, forced cheerfulness, or misplaced optimism that shuts down real conversations. If you lose your job, someone might say, "Just stay positive," or "Look on the bright side," making it hard to talk about your true feelings. After a loss, hearing "everything happens for a reason" can feel dismissive and minimize your pain. When someone responds to your sadness or disappointment with "happiness is a choice," it wrongly implies that your negative feelings are your fault. These comments usually come from a place of wanting to help, but they lack empathy and can make things worse by invalidating real emotions. So, recognizing when positivity becomes toxic is crucial in providing true support and understanding to those around us. You might notice toxic positivity when people ignore negative feelings. For instance, if you say you are feeling down and they just go, "Oh, cheer up." Another sign is when someone makes you feel bad for feeling bad, adding guilt on top of your natural emotions. It's like when someone tells you not to be so dramatic or to just get over it when you're sharing how you really feel. Feeling guilty for being sad or anxious is another red flag. You know that feeling when you're upset and then feel worse because you think you shouldn't be upset. Next, if someone can't understand others' feelings, like when you share something difficult and they seem puzzled by your distress, as if your feelings don't matter, that's toxic positivity too. And finally, shaming others for their emotions happens when people put someone down for expressing how they feel with comments like, "Stop being such a crybaby." When faced with toxic positivity, it might seem like an overly cheerful approach to handling life challenges, but its impact goes deeper. It can lead to several negative effects. It can make you feel like your emotions don't matter or aren't important, leaving you feeling invalidated. It can also make it harder for you to handle life's ups and downs, weakening your coping skills. You might even start blaming yourself for feeling sad or upset, leading to self-blame. Additionally, it can trick you into thinking that just staying positive can solve all your problems, creating a false sense of control. Finally, it can prevent you from fully understanding and learning from your experiences, restricting your growth. But what about those who always try to keep up a positive facade? They can feel the pressure too. Constantly pretending to be happy can lead to bottled up emotions, resulting in stress, anxiety, and eventually burnout. This fake positivity can make them feel disconnected from their true selves, stopping them from dealing with real issues and adding to long-term stress. Plus, trying to live up to this unrealistic standard can make people feel isolated, discouraging them from seeking the support they really need. Dealing with toxic positivity can be tricky, especially when the person means well. Here's how you can respond effectively. When someone hits you with, "Look at the bright side," you can say, "I know you're trying to help, but right now I just need some time to process what's happened. It would mean a lot if you could just listen and be here with me." Sometimes people use toxic positivity to dodge tough conversations because they might not know how to handle them. If that's the case, it's okay to recognize their limits and gently step back to protect your own feelings. And now let's talk about how to avoid toxic positivity and provide real support to ourselves and others. Instead of saying, "Think positive," try saying, "That sounds tough. How can I help you?" This simple shift can make a big difference. Apply this to your own thoughts as well. Acknowledge your feelings rather than brushing them off. When offering support, remember that overly simplified suggestions can sometimes do more harm than good. Everyone's situation is unique and complex, whether they are dealing with a traumatic event, loss, a health issue, or any other stressful experience. First, ask what they need. Don't assume. Instead of guessing what might help, just ask them directly. They might just need someone to listen rather than advice or forced positivity. Validate their experience by acknowledging their reality and emotions. Say things like, "Tell me more about it," or "I'm sorry you're experiencing this." This makes people feel heard and supports emotional processing. And finally, don't judge, just listen. Sometimes the best thing you can do is simply listen. Stay present and don't try to fix their hurt. Just being there and witnessing their process can be incredibly healing. Thanks for watching, and remember, it's okay to not always be okay. If you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe for more content on mental health and psychology. See you next time.